If you're torn between a Disney cruise and a trip to Disneyland, I've done both multiple times with my families, and I'll tell you why the cruise wins every time. Spoiler, it's not just about the ocean views. Stick around to the end, and I'll give you my personal checklist for choosing the right Disney experience for your family. Disney magic is Disney magic. If you know, you know. But how you experience it really matters. Our kids were 5 and 3 when we faced this first choice for the first time. We had wanted to take them to Disneyland, but they were 5 and 3. They were both going to be in strollers. They still napped. They hadn't met any characters before. They weren't into rides. And we decided that we were going to instead try a Disney cruise. And so we picked a 4 night cruise out of San Diego on the Disney Magic, and we went with my parents, and I am hooked. I love Disney. I've been to Disneyland more times than I can count, but let me tell you something. Disneyland is not a vacation. It is super fun, and I love going. I love everything about Disneyland, but it's not relaxing. And you add 2 kids to that, you walk multiple half marathons back to back every single day when you're at Disneyland. It's not relaxing. You want to know what is relaxing? A Disney cruise. And here's why. It has built-in entertainment. Here's the pirate party, and it's included meals. I don't have to stand in line. I don't have to decide. Everybody can have what they want. I'm not scrambling for character dining that I just paid $500 for, and my kid ate 1 piece of bacon and a half of a muffin. They actually have kids clubs. My kids love the kids clubs. I know some kids have a hard time with them, but if your kids will go, it's actual grown-up relaxation. And it gives my kids some independence. They love getting to choose what they're going to do on vacation. And then when we come back together, our time is even more sweet. The logistics are so much easier than park hopping and stroller wrangling through the crowds. All you have to do is get yourself on the ship and decide if you're going to go to trivia, to an art project, or if you want to stand in line to see Goofy. That's all you have to decide. And it's wonderful. There's amazing service, there's personal touches, and I can't wait. Our next cruise, we finally get to go to Castaway Cay, but that beach day is going to be wow. There are so many options on Disney cruises, and I know people will say that they're way more expensive than other cruises, but if you're going to do Disney and you want that Disney touch, then I think that they're worth every single penny. And they do run promotions, which you want to take advantage of. And then you always, after you go on your first cruise, want to buy the placeholder because it's going to save you hundreds on your next cruise. So, if we go on a Disney cruise, what do we miss about Disneyland? Well, I miss a few of the favorite rides because it is really fun to go with my kids on roller coasters. I do miss the park nostalgia and running into characters along the way, though we did do that on Disney cruises. There's something about being in Disneyland, so this doesn't replace it. If you're a huge Disney fan, there's a time and a place for Disneyland, and there's a time and a place for Disney cruises. So it kind of depends again on what it is that you're looking for. If your kids are little and you want to introduce them to Disney, take the cruise. If your kids are older and they can have a little more stamina, they can go for 10 to 12 hours without stopping, then for sure, do the parks. If you want a budget that is set and that you know what you're going to spend, do a Disney cruise. If you're okay spending whatever as you go, then Disneyland is why it worked better for us. It was way less chaotic. We had way more quality time. It was slower. It was just an easier trip. We had way fewer meltdowns because we could go back to the room and take a rest and order room service. And did I mention that the waiters will cut your kids' food for you on a Disney cruise? Anyway, it felt like a real vacation, not just like a Disney mission. Believe me, I've done the rope drop to park close, and it's wonderful. But again, like I said, it's not a vacation. So, how do you decide what's best for your family? You want to think about the ages of your kids, what their stamina is, why you're really going to the parks. If you just want the magic and the characters and that experience, a Disney cruise could be a really great for you. How much energy do you have for crowds and lines? While there's a lot of people on the cruise and there are some crowded times, you're out in the open, you can get out of it easily. You're not standing in line for hours and hours for things. And then if you want vacation mode, or theme park mode because they're really different. I've got a decision guide that can help you compare. I love Disney. I am a huge fan. They offer such good quality for your money. You can't really go wrong with any of them, but hands down, my favorite vacation we've ever done is the Disney cruise, and I would love to send your family on one too. So DM me the word Disney on Instagram at the.singing.suitcase, and I'll send you my Disney cruise versus Disneyland decision checklist that can help pick the best fit for your family. And if you want to help navigating the decision, booking, and all of the details that go into making a really successful Disney cruise, I offer a signature pack and go program. Have a good one.